The brick is old. The brick is dirty. It's ugly. It's dated. It's too red. It's cracked, and I'm over it. Just change it. So I used to wear fake eyelashes. I wanted that doe-eyed model look. Slap some money down, instant gratification, lash heaven. What I found was the lashes didn't really look as good as I thought they would. The next day at work, everybody was like, "Why are you wearing fake eyelashes?" Because essentially they didn't look natural, which would have been okay with me at the time. I wasn't going for the natural. I didn't like natural. I wanted the better than natural look. And that's exactly the problem with the lashes, is I was communicating that I wasn't okay with my own natural beauty. And the fake eyelashes were way more maintenance than just regular mascara. They would drop off, fall off, sleep off, swim off, shower off, and you had to fix them immediately. Otherwise, you're walking around with eyelashes that look like, forks missing prongs. One time I went on this date, and the very first time I met up with this fella, the first thing he says to me is, "Why is there an eyelash on your sneaker?" Lesson learned. The fake eyelashes were not natural looking, not real. They didn't fool anybody. They did not increase my perceived appearance in the way that I had imagined. To boot, they were expensive and high maintenance. In retrospect, I think I'm the most beautiful when I care for the health and condition of my lashes, and I use my clothing and my makeup to naturally complement my eyes. Hello, my name is Amanda Hart, and I'm an architectural color consultant. This is a progressive video about selecting the most beautiful paint colors for the Marine Colony condominiums, but follow along for your own building. In previous videos, we discovered Marine Colony has plain, linear, low architecture. The main draw to the property is not the building itself, but its location and its access to enjoying outdoor activities. In addition, both the main entrance and the pool entrance are worthy of accent. The architecture of Marine Colony suggests a peaceful, hidden in plain sight, earthy, nestled into the land vibe. We want to draw attention to the landscaping, make the building relatively background, and find a way to make the brick look good. The first question is actually pretty common. Should we paint the brick? The short answer to the question, and to all following questions, is to apply the 3 intentions we discovered in the video titled, "What is Beautiful About My Building?" So let's use them now. Number 1, the landscaping is the focus. So then it stands to reason spending our time, energy, and money on landscaping would be the goal, as opposed to spending additional time and energy and money painting the brick, right? Number 2, keep the building background. Well, I could understand someone thinking that painting the brick gray or a neutral color might make it more invisible or more background. However, as you will see in the long answer to this question, painting the brick will actually draw much more attention to it. That's why we want to think this through carefully. Number 3, the brick is the buddy. The brick is the best friend of the landscaping because it has the ability to breathe and hold water like soil. The brick represents earth. It's a natural transition or segue from the ground to the building sitting on the ground. So, would it make sense to suffocate the brick with an artificial fake covering? Probably not. So there's your short answer. No, you should not paint the brick. But for those of you who really want to paint the brick, let's give this a deeper analysis. Boom, there you go. Here's your brick rendered in a gray paint. It's a good thing this business is visual, right? Does it work for you? For me, I'm not sure the gray paint changes the brick enough because visually it still has the same old Swiss cheese texture and pattern. Only now it's a shiny texture. which is going to reflect the light and pronounce all the inconformities in the brick, as opposed to the matte brick, which hides the inconformities. I did a quick estimation and figured it would be another $50,000 to paint the brick, depending on who you hire, which means it would probably be an assessment for the residents. And that's for the first year. I calculated a total of about 18 square feet for the front boundary wall, and I have no idea how they would paint the back of that, but I included it. Another 42 square feet for the second floor walkways, 1284 for the pool, 925 for the second floor balconies, 704 square feet for the 22 columns, 617 for the brick walls separating the villas, 310 for the stairwells, 476 for the planters, 90 for the cabana wall. We have a lot of brick. 52 for the grill. I think I got it all at about $5 a square foot for both the labor and the product to paint the brick. That would be about another $50,000 per paint job. And there's no going back. You're committed for the rest of your life to repaint that brick. You're not getting it off. Which means another 50 grand plus whatever the painter wants to charge, because now you're committed as inflation rises every 5 years. The brick is naturally multicolored, so applying a solid color to the brick is only going to make all the dirt and mold and mildew on it much more highly visible. If you thought the brick looks dirty now, well, wait till you see it painted in a solid, maybe even lighter color. It'd be like a white tile floor in a kitchen showing every speck of dirt, which means more cleaning is going to be necessary, which means you'd have to paint more often instead of 7 to 9 years, maybe every 5 years, because the paint's only going to hold up to so much pressure washing and scrubbing with bleach before it starts to break down. The brick is going to naturally resist the paint because the brick exudes these gases and minerals and moisture, and that all pushes off the paint. Cracks are more visible in paint as opposed to the natural brick. Chips are more visible in paint as opposed to the natural brick. Paint doesn't stand up to hurricanes as well as the brick. Paint doesn't stand up to salt air as well as the brick. Paint doesn't stand up to the Florida sun as well as the brick. Essentially, this is not a good look. In a nutshell, the increased cost with reduction in durability, creating a permanent condition of higher ongoing maintenance and giving our money away to painters is just not a sound financial decision. It might even be viewed as an unethical decision to create such a condition and then move away, leaving the residents with such a cross to bear. So the real question is, would painting the brick increase the property value by $50,000 every 5 years, year after year, compounded above and beyond the market price? Because then maybe it would be worth it. And the answer is we don't know. And if it doesn't, well, the community's stuck footing the bill year after year regardless. Sorry, painting the brick is not a good idea. Not just in terms of design or my personal opinion, but in terms of dollars and cents. You've seen it. When design is overdone, it looks out of place, contrived, separate from that which is trying to convey, very unnatural. In the fake eyelash analogy, it's that tipping point where the lash starts to look so big, so fake, so unnatural. It's no longer playing a supportive role. It's now become the main focus, and it's drawing attention away from the eyes. The viewer is wondering what is stuck to your eyelid instead of just gazing into your alluring eyes. It's definitely an art to balance the elements of design. We're looking for that Goldilocks sweet spot where it's not too much and not too little. I think if the brick is drawing too much of your attention, it's an indication that that balance between the brick and the landscaping is out of balance. The brick was never intended to be the main focus. Add more landscaping to the building and bring that back into balance. Draw your attention away from the brick. Good design communicates your point, and our point is landscaping. We don't want to add anything weird that could potentially distract from the landscaping, like paint on the brick. Keep it simple. This is the less is more thing. You just did all that concrete restoration. Let's just let the brick be good old regular brick and not try to do anything crazy or fancy or original to it. The brick is good enough.